Hi, my name is Stephen Gauci and welcome back. In this video we're going to revisit Dolphin Street and focus in on the second half of the song. In the previous video we covered measures 1 through 8, the first half of the song. Now we're going to cover the second half of the song. So let me just recap the melody and then we'll take it from there, okay? So, sure. 1, 2. So we're going to take it from the second half of the song now, which would be measure, actually, you know, measure 9 would be the second half of the song, the second time we get to this part. Okay, why don't we skip over that part for now, because it's the same chord changes as the first part, and we covered that in the first video. So we're going to go right to the, let me see, this would be the 5th measure of the second part of the song, and I'm going to show you the part in the melody where we're going to be starting. So we're starting on this part. Okay, so that's where we're going to start in this part of the melody. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that measure, and I believe it's in the second half of the song, it's the 5th measure, okay, and it's an E minor 7th chord. Here's the chord, E minor. So we have, I'm going to turn this way a little bit so you can see my my right hand, and we have an E, okay, G, B, and D natural. So root, minor 3rd, 5th, flat 7. Okay, so you have an E minor chord, and that's for 4 beats. So that would be this part. Okay, now the next chord is an A7. No, I'm sorry, I apologize. It's not A7. Okay, in the next measure after the E minor, we have E minor for 4 beats. Okay. And then in the next measure we have, for 2 beats, we have a C sharp minor 7th with a flat 5, and then for 2 beats we have an F sharp 7 with a flat 9. Okay, so let me see, that would be C sharp minor 7. There's your flat 5, the G natural. So. Okay, that's for 2 beats, and then the F sharp 7 for 2 beats. Okay, so I'm going to play the melody again, starting from the 5th measure, second time around. Okay, and that would be on the E minor chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how far we got. So now here's the chord change. We have E minor for 4, right? Then we have C sharp minor 7th, flat 5 with a flat 5 for 2 beats, or and then an F sharp 7 for 2 beats. So if I run the chord changes in time, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and I recommend when you're learning the song to run the changes like this first. Okay, it's very important before we even attempt to interpret the song, to create an improvisation. Okay, before we even do that, we need to be able to go forward and play through the changes, running the chords. So, you know, in a smooth fashion. Okay, so, you know, for example, so just like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. So we can go right forward, one into the next, always going forward, always moving forward. This is essentially what jazz harmony is all about, and even you might even say Western harmony in general. It's basically about moving forward. It's about forward progression. That's why they're called, you know, jazz progression. They're called chord progressions. Okay, because they're going forward. It's always progressing forward, always moving, always moving. We in the jazz tradition, we generally avoid still water. Doesn't mean there's not areas where there'll be, you know, one chord for a while. That happens, but for the most part, you know, we avoid that. For the most part, we want to be moving forward. Okay, and you know, this affects how our melody lines sound. It affects the conception of the entire music, really. Okay, so here we go. So again, from that spot, I'm going to just run the changes one more time, and then we'll try and do something with this. So, all right, that's the first measure, E minor 7. Then the second measure. C sharp minor 7 with a flat 5, F sharp 7. Okay, now we're on the third, not the third measure. We're actually on the seventh measure, second time around. Okay, and that would be a B minor 7. So now, okay, so let's just recap the melody for the second half of the song one more time. So we're starting from where the E minor 7th chord is. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, E minor. Alright, then we have C sharp minor 7 with the flat 5. And then F sharp 7. Go 2, 3, 4. And then the next measure we have B minor 7 for 4 beats. Okay, so it would be. Sorry. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to tilt this way so you can see my fingers. So we have a low B. We have a D natural. We have an F sharp. And then we have the flat 7, the dominant 7th, A natural. Okay, so what's actually happening is the C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7 in the measure before are resolving into the B minor. It's a 2-5 into B minor. Okay, so we want to keep that in mind when we phrase, when we actually play a sentence. We want to make sure that the sentence is going into the B minor. Really, the entire purpose of the entire reason why the 2-5 exists is to go into the B minor 7. Okay, the entire reason why C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7 is even there at all. It's only to go into B minor. It's not there for any other reason. So when we improvise, we have to make it sound. It has like that. It has to be going into the B minor. Okay, and I'm going to describe that to you in a second. I'm going to demonstrate to you that to you right now. So, so from the E minor, let's see. So let's think of something. So let me see. So we have. Okay, so let me see. So. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, so that was 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more time. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now what I did was I actually played a straight E minor chord on the E minor measure. I played B, G natural, B, D natural. That's all I did. I played 4 chords. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the next measure, the first note I played was C sharp. So I went from the D natural, the flat 7 on the E minor chord, and then I went to C sharp on the C sharp minor 7. Okay, so right, and then I went. So I actually played the C sharp on the first beat of the C sharp minor chord. I played a C sharp for a dotted quarter. Okay, down, up, down. Okay, and then on the upbeat of 2, the upbeat of the second beat, right, the upbeat of beat 2, I played a B natural. Okay, so that's the dominant 7 on a C sharp minor 7. So I went from the root to the dominant 7. So I went. Okay, and that leads into the B flat or the A sharp on an F sharp 7. Okay, on the third beat. Okay, so and that's the third in F sharp 7. So right, and the chord changes are. I went 2, 3, 4. Go from the E minor. This is what I did. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we're on the third beat, that B flat that we just landed on. Okay, ba, ba, da. Okay, that is the third beat, the downbeat of the third beat of the and that would be the F sharp 7 chord. Okay, so and then I go up in the next note to a G natural, so that's the flat 9 on the F sharp 7. Okay, so there's your G natural. Okay, so then I'm going to play the rest of that phrase. Okay, so. And then I go, after that I go F sharp. Okay, that's the root as a passing tone. Then I go E natural, that's the dominant 7. This is all on an F sharp 7 chord. Okay, so okay, so again, to recap the chord changes that correspond with this, we have an E minor 7, 2, 3, 4, and then C sharp minor 7, flat 5 for 2 beats. Sorry, up, and F sharp 7, and then the next measure is B minor 7. Okay, so we have 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we land on the D natural on the B minor 7 chord. Okay, so on the C sharp minor 7 chord to the F sharp 7 chord, we have a C sharp, the root, then it goes to a B natural, that's the flat 7 on the C sharp 7 chord, and then it goes to A sharp with B flat, That's the third on the F sharp 7 chord. And then we go up to the flat 9. Flat 9 of the F sharp 7 chord. And we go down to the root as a passing tone. And the next note is the flat 7 on the F sharp 7 chord. And then the next note, we're on the B minor chord. And we're on the third, the D natural. Okay, so now let's move ahead. We have a little bit more. Now let me see the next note. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So the next measure. So now we have. Okay, the measures that we're dealing with now. We have measure 1, which was the E minor 7. Okay. Then measure 2, we had the C sharp minor 7 to F sharp 7. Okay, with the flat 5 and the flat 9. And then measure 3, we have the B minor 7. Okay. And now in the next measure, measure 4. Okay. Now we have the what is this? This is it's a 2/5 actually into F sharp minor. So we have let's see how shall we put it? We have a G sharp minor 7 chord. Okay, and that would be okay, and then we have a C sharp 7 chord with a flat 9. Okay, actually we should do a G sharp minor 7 with a flat 5. So we have okay, and then the C sharp 7 flat 9. Okay, so now I'm going to play all the chords again, starting from the E minor 7. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and the melody for that part of the song goes 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's the melody for that song. Okay, now we're on so let's see. So far we have we're going to start on the E minor chord, and here's my improvisation so far that we just made up now. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Actually, you know, I changed it up a little tiny bit, but I'm going to revert it back to the way we did it the first time, which is 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's see, let's go with that. Okay, so what I did then is we landed on the B minor 7 chord on the D. So we went in the measure before we went. Okay, so that G that we just landed on now, that's the B minor 7 chord. So okay, so I went down to the root just to kind of cap the phrase. Okay, and if you notice in my phrasing, it was leading into the B minor 7 chord. Okay, on the okay, I don't stop for a breath until I get into the B minor 7. I didn't go so on the C sharp minor 7 to F sharp 7 measure. Okay, so improvising on that, I do not do something like this. Okay, so I went ba ba da, and then on the B minor 7 ba ba da. Not so good. Okay, you want to phrase into the B minor 7. That's the entire purpose of the 2/5 of the C sharp minor 7, F sharp 7. They go into the B minor 7, so we have to be conscious of where we start the sentence. You know, it's better to start the sentence closer, maybe, to the end of the measure. You know, if you start the sentence on the first beat of the 2/5, then, you know, you're going to have to play a longer line to get all the way over into the B minor, to get it all the way over into the 1 chord. In that case, it's the minor 1, okay? If you start on the 3rd beat, well, then you're almost there already, okay? And you just have to choose your notes carefully so that leads you into the right place. But basically, you want to phrase over the bar line into the 1 chord, okay? And that's what I did. So I went from the E minor one more time here. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, so. All right. So again, I'm going to do. Essentially, on this is a 2/5. It's the what is it? It's the G sharp minor 7 flat 5 to the C sharp 7 flat 9, leading into an F sharp minor 7. Okay, in the next measure. Okay, so again, I'm phrasing right into the F sharp minor 7, and I'm pretty much going to take the identical sentence, almost. It's a little bit different, but it's almost the same. I'm essentially lifting the sentence, the phrase that I used on the 2/5 a few measures previous. Okay, on the what was it? It was the C sharp minor 7 to F sharp 7. I'm taking that phrase and I'm modulating it. Okay. I'm essentially taking the same sentence, but putting it up in the G sharp minor 7 to the C sharp 7. Okay, which is what we want to do. It's not, you know, it's like language. We don't have to come up with a brand new. We don't have to invent a new, you know, a new element, a different atom, a different type of molecule, you know, every time, in every measure. We don't have to create some new thing. That's not how it works. It's a language. You're just using, you know, you're using the same phrases all the time, you know. You know, it's like we repeat the same phrases all the time in our language. It's the way you put it together, the art is in the cooking. Okay, it's not so much in the ingredients, it's how you put it all together. Okay, so, you know, we don't have to worry, we don't have to continually invent new ingredients. Okay, sometimes a new ingredient happens, but, you know, it's not really about that. Okay, so it's okay to lift things. Okay, that's why we modulate, because what a modulation actually is it's saying the same thing a little bit higher or lower. It's like me saying it like this, because I'm emphasizing what I'm saying now, okay? So, you know, when we modulate like that, it has an emotional impact, and that's, you know, that's how it works, but we're still maintaining, we're still saying the same thing. The phrases are essentially the same, okay? So, so then, from the E minor, let's see what we did. We have 2, 3, 4. Okay, there you go. So that was those 4 measures. Okay, now we're in the last 4 measures of the song. Okay, all right. So these are actually, we're working today on the last 8 measures of the song, and now we're on the last 4. Okay, so these last 4 measures. Now we're at F sharp minor 7 to B7. Okay, so it's F sharp minor 7 for 2 beats to B7 for 2 beats. Then we have E minor 7 for 2 beats to A7 for 2 beats, and then we have D major 7. Okay, and that's essentially the end of the song. Okay, the D major 7, that's where we started, and that's where we're going to finish. Okay, so now So basically what we have now is we have, in the first measure, we have a 2/5 into E minor, okay, F sharp minor 7 to B7, and we're probably going to put a flat 9 on the B7, okay, and then we have E minor 7 to A7, which is 2/5 into D major 7, okay. So we have a 2/5 into a 2/5 into 1. So there's this forward motion thing, and when we phrase, it needs to have that. Basically, it's like being in a stream, and the first 2/5 you're here, and then, you know, the stream, the water goes down. It's like a whoop, and now we're on the second 2/5, but then the water goes way down, and that's the 1. So it has to have this sense in our phrasing of going down into, you know. So let's see. So I'm just gonna like see if I can make something up right here, and then we'll work with that. Let's see. So. 3, 4. That's something. Okay. You know. Let's see. Okay. That's a little nicer. Okay, so let me see. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this maybe. Yeah, how about like that? 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll do it like that. I'm kind of altering my idea slightly. For the sake of illustrating certain things for everyone out there, okay? Basically, I want to make sure my phrasing is corresponding to what we're talking about, what I'm telling you, okay? So now on the F. So now let's do it one more time from the E minor. 2, 3, 4. So right there, so it's, okay, so where I started on B, so that is the G sharp minor 7 chord, okay, so with a flat 5 in there, and I started on the third B. So I went B, A as a passing tone, then A flat, right, and then the next beat is the C sharp 7 flat 9, and we start on the flat 9, which is the D natural. So we start on the D natural. Okay, so it's D natural, that's the flat 9, then F, the third, then E passing tone, then back to D, the flat 9. So, okay, then I go right into C sharp, which is the 5th on the F sharp minor chord. So, okay, so the chord changes from where we started here is 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's A flat or G sharp minor 7 with the flat 5 to F sharp 7 to no, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It's G sharp minor with a flat 5, okay, to C sharp 7, and then to F sharp minor, okay? So, okay, so, okay, so right on the F sharp, it goes in, right on the F sharp minor 7 is, and then I go 3, 1. Okay, it's a minor 3, it's the isolation on the C sharp, A natural to F sharp. That's on an F sharp minor 7. So from the measure before, and note that the phrasing goes right into the F sharp minor 7. We don't stop until we get there. So, okay, so I go C natural. There's a C natural, and that's on the B7 chord. So we go. There's a C natural. Okay, so the improvisation is 2, 3, 4. Okay, we use the flat 9 there, and now let me see. So. We can do that, okay? So now, so again on the F sharp minor 7 chord to the B7 with the flat 9 we have. Okay, and we have this thing where we have the C sharp on the downbeat of the F sharp minor 7 chord, and then on the downbeat of the B7 flat 9 we have a C natural. So we go from 5 to the flat 9. Okay, so we go. Okay, I just ran the 2 chord changes for you. So, alright, and now we're going to do the same thing in the next measure. So we have E minor 7 for 2 beats, and then we have A7 for 2 beats. Right, so we're going to do exactly the same thing, we're just going to modulate it. So we're going to go, right, so we have 5, and then it goes to the B flat. Okay, the B goes down to the B flat. The downbeat of the E minor 7 chord, we play B, the 5th note, okay? And then on the downbeat of the A7 chord, we play B flat, the flat 9. Okay. So you have this kind of thing from the it's a descending pattern, a half-step descending pattern. If I were to hold out only the 5th note of the 2 chords and the flat 9 of the 5 chords, it would sound like this. Starting on the F sharp minor 7, it would sound 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and then the next beat would be the D major 7, the 1 chord. We're finished, and you could just go down to the A for that. Okay, that's essentially what I'm doing in my improvisation. I'm just, you know, basically fancying it up a little bit, essentially, when you get right down to it. You know, if I only did this, it would amount to the same thing. And really, so starting on the F sharp minor 7 chord, it's the 5th note, and then the flat 9, and then the 5th note, and then the flat 9, and then the 5th note on the D, now we're on the D major 7, and it's the A, it's the 5. Okay, so it's 5, flat 9, 5, flat 9, 5. And you know, if we add a few more notes, you can sound. Okay, so instead of just going to the fifth note on the D major 7, I go. Oh, I go back to the top. Go. And this is the major 7 now. I'm on the 3rd note. And then I go down to E to the 2nd note. And then I go to D to the root. And then I land on C sharp, the major 7. Okay? And so I'm just going down scale, going down the scale tones, starting on the 3rd note. Okay? So from the measure before, from the E minor 7, I start on the 5th note of the E minor, that's the B. Okay, so we have, I actually start on an A on the A7 chord, and then I go up to the flat 9, then I go back to the A, and then I go to the G, which is the flat 7. So that's this. Okay, so you know, I'm actually just with those 4 notes, I'm pretty much completely expressing the A7 chord. So I have A here, right, and then I go up to a B flat, the flat 9, and then I go back to the root, right, and then I hit the dominant 7. So you know, you have it. You have the root, you have the dominant 7, and you have the flat 9. Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, I'm fully expressing the form and fully expressing the harmony there. Okay, and then the next note. That's the 3rd tone of the D major 7, the last chord. Or the melody goes. Right, so. Okay, so. Okay, so for the last, let's do the whole last 8 measures that we talked about today, and let's see how that goes. So the melody would go, so for the part of the song we're working on, we're here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now here's what we did. 2, 3. Okay, so okay, that should do it for today, and you know, I hope you got something out of this, and you know, we'll certainly be revisiting all these concepts in other videos, so please stay tuned. And I do offer Skype lessons, and you can get in touch with me by emailing me at Stephen, S-T-E-P-H-E-N, @GauciMusic.com. Okay, thanks a lot, and have a nice day.